Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a really beautiful dashboard in Tableau from the three visuals we've made in the past series. So by now you should have this bar chart, this line chart, and this donut chart that we made. And I'm going to show you how we can combine all three of them to make a really nice dashboard. So we're going to start by clicking this little button down here to make a brand new dashboard. And there's a couple things that I want to walk you through. First of all, the size. Now the size is adjusted here on the left, and we're going to do fixed size, but in order to fit it to my screen, I'm going to click automatic, which then uh, makes this canvas take up the entire size of my screen, and I'm going to click back to fixed. Now what that does is if I have any floating elements on my dashboard, now that it's fixed, they won't get resized. So I can also specify a width and a height depending on my monitor size, but this is fine for now. We're going to also make sure in the bottom left down here that we've changed from tiled to floating. So anytime we drag in a chart like this, it's just going to come floating on top. All right. If you're on tiled, it's going to bring in, a container and take up the entire page, and that can be handy. But for what we're doing today, we actually want floating. So the very first thing that I want to do is bring in an image. Now for this you can be in floating because the image is going to take up the entire background, and then we'll change it from tiled to floating. So I'm going to do fit image, center image, and I'm going to browse to this background.svg folder that I've uploaded onto Blackboard, background tableau.svg, and I just made this in PowerPoint earlier, and you can see it here. It's just a blue background with some white squares and a little circle here for the title. And you can see it doesn't perfectly fit the aspect ratio. I think I'd have to be in 1600 by 900 to do that. But what I can do is I can actually change and format the background of my dashboard. So I can go up here, dashboard, format, and then I can find the shading here. Right now it's white. I can go more colors, pick a screen color, and then match the blue from my image. And now it's just going to blend all together. Okay, so that is our background. Now from here, I'm going to switch to floating, and I'm going to bring in my visuals. Okay, so we're going to start with this bar chart here. And as I drag this bar chart in, there's a couple things that we'll probably have to change now. You can see mine is transparent by default here, so you can see the background through it. If yours is not transparent, then what you'll have to do is click the Format button here. So actually on the visual, there's this little Go to Sheet button. Looks like a little square with an arrow. And by clicking that, that brings me to this sheet. Okay, and then I can right-click and format and take a look at the worksheet shading. So I'll click the little paint bucket, and yours is probably white by default, so I'll show you what that looks like. Worksheet is white here. If I go to my dashboard here, we can see that this white is overlapping, right? So that kind of gives a bad design look here if it's overlapping my my background image like this, right? So we want to make sure that that worksheet is set to transparent, right? So again, by selecting we can actually change it here in the dashboard setting as well by selecting our worksheet, making sure we're on the format shading page, go to the little paint bucket, and it's this first option here, make sure you've selected none, okay? And you can do that for the worksheet as well as the title, okay? Because you can have a different shading for your title. So then all we have to do is drag this to size, okay, so that everything fits inside, and it's as easy as that, okay? So we're going to do that with our other visuals. Now you may have to adjust the size of some of these. So for example, let's say I wanted to bring in a donut chart here. What I can do is I can drag and drop that in. Now I've already sized mine so it fits, but for example, if I were to bring this other one in, let's just adjust this. I can show you. If it was much too large to fit in the area, like this, then I would have to shrink it. So coming over here, you can see it doesn't fit. And no matter what I do, even if I try to shrink this, I would have to make it this big. I would have to actually make it a lot taller for the donut chart to fit. So what we have to do is obviously resize it inside of our background there into that little white border. And then we would just have to jump over to that sheet by clicking the Go to Sheet button. And then I could just adjust the size here until it's the proper size. So here it's even still a little bit too big. And what I probably want to do is just shrink the title down so I match my font size of all my charts. So I'm going to bring this down to 15 and click apply, and now I should see the entire chart. Okay, and I'm just going to double check and make sure this is also 15. Okay, so uniform styling and font sizes, and that looks pretty good so far. All right, so pretty quick here. I'm just going to make sure that this is not overlapping to the left, and we should also double check that it is transparent on the background. I don't know if it is, so I'm just going to click the Format button, go to the Paint bucket, and you can see it's actually white, so I'm going to click None. And then just in case I've made this a little bit bigger, we can kind of cheat here and make it a little bit bigger and go over the edges so that these text labels go right up to the border of my design. And then because it's transparent, it doesn't show. All right, so that's great. We've got our two charts on here already. So last is the line chart. So I'm just going to close my formatting options, and then I'm going to bring in my sales data by month, and we're just going to stretch this all the way to fit. Now, a couple things will have to be changed here. Again, you're going to make it transparent. You might have to adjust the title size here to make sure that it's size 15 font. Okay, click apply. Okay. We're going to move this little guy, this is our filter, up into the title here, and we will change a few things here in a second, but I'm going to stick on the line chart for now. So you may have a problem with your months not showing on the bottom like this, and I'm just going to jump over to the sheet here to show you what we have to change. So you'll see that my pill for months is actually blue at the top. So by default, we actually have continuous data, and yours may be showing like this. Now, when we jump over to our dashboard, you can see I see all 12 months here. When I jump over to my dashboard, it's actually now missing February, April, every other month, June, August. So when I specify that this is discrete data, it actually gets rid of this title here, and it actually shrinks the font size. And because each one is its own category, it's discrete, it's not continuous, then it has to show each month as its own category, right? Because it's discrete. Continuous data assumes it's like a number, like weight or height, so it doesn't matter if it skips over something because it thinks it's a range. So when we specify this as a blue pill, as a discrete piece of data, now that's going to show every month name, right? As I shrink this. Now we have a couple other options on this. We can rotate the labels. If we go over to the line chart here, we can actually click the Format button and look at a few things here. So you can see here, this is the default font size. Alignment is custom. If I wanted to rotate it, I could go into the alignment here and go like this, and now they're rotated sideways. And I could even left align them. Or actually have them going to the right. I am going to keep them upright like this. And we're also going to look at how we can specify viewing dates. So I think by default, automatic will show the year, right? We don't want that because we are already specifying the year through our filter. So we can scroll all the way down in this list in dates, go to custom, and then type in MMMM, and that'll show the full month name. If you only do 3 M's, it'll show the first 3 letters of each month. So up to you how you want to specify. There's room for both. I'm going to show the full month name, and then on our final sheet here, we just have to adjust the size. And that is our dashboard coming along. Okay, I'm just going to shrink it down so its title isn't as squished. Okay, perfect. Next thing that is on the agenda here is this little filter. So if I click it, there's a little drop down arrow. I can customize this into a single value drop down, and I can also change the coloring and the title of a few things here. So you can go edit title and you can type in whatever you want here. So I've got year filter. We can make the font size match the font size of the other chart titles if we want. We can make sure that the background color, if we go into format filter and set controls, we can make sure that there's a border on it. And we can make sure that it is alignment left. We can change this so that it goes alignment right if we wanted to. I'm just going to keep it on left. And you can also remove the background color as well. Okay, so that's all of those settings in there. Okay, so we're going to just embed this, make it look like it's embedded into the top shape here where our title is. So all that's left to do now is put an image here and then a title for our dashboard. So I'm just going to drag a text object in, and I'm going to type in executive sales summary, just a kind of default title for now, and we'll make it 48 font. Click OK, and I'm just going to double click that and adjust the color to be pure black. And now it really pops. Okay, and then we're just going to adjust the size of this and make it nice and centered. Perfect. So just kind of eyeballing it right now, but I will show you a way to make this more exact in a second. The last piece that we're going to add to the dashboard here is an image. So I'm just going to drag this in and choose browse to my image from week 3, I believe, when we were working in Power BI. I'm just going to bring in this nice profile picture of this man and actually go back into here and make sure it's centered with this option. And then we can just shrink this down, okay, and then line it up with the circle shape here so it looks nice and centered. Perfect. Now, if you're having trouble aligning things, okay, there are no snap to grid rulers in Tableau. However, we do have this option in Tableau. If you go to the dashboard setting at the top to show the grid, and then when I select something, I can use my arrows like this and I can hold shift, and it will go by the squares. So it'll go by half squares each time I do this. So you can see it really gives you control with how you move something. If you hold shift, you can really get it centered. So we can do that as well. We can hold shift and make sure that everything is aligned with our grid. Okay, and then once you're done, we can turn that grid off. And then we want to preview it, right? So we go into the presentation mode, we go full screen, and you can see because it's fixed here, it doesn't get bigger, it doesn't scale to my screen. Now, if we wanted that to happen, we would have to change our size to automatic, but I'll show you the problem with that. Pay attention to where my filter box is. Now I go full screen. It actually worked okay. So in some cases, it does work. Now it's scaled up everything. So that because this image is the same size of my screen, everything got scaled up. However, I'll show you another example here. Let's say we wanted this little filter here in the top right, or here in the top left or something. If I scale up, you can see it kind of changes. Of course, it doesn't really work in the example I'm trying to show you right now, but sometimes when you don't, when you have floating elements in automatic, what will happen is this would actually get like moved over here or something. So a lot of the time you'll see on Tableau that the sizes and everything are just set to fixed. Okay, so what I like to do, a little trick, is go automatic and then back to fixed, so at least it's full screen and you're not stuck with a really small canvas to work on. And so once you're happy with it, there you go. We've got our dashboard. We've got an interactive drop down with no nulls. Make sure you've watched the video on how to do that, and that you're only showing these 4 years, and we can update our chart. All right. One last really cool thing that we can do, there's this little button underneath the Go to Sheet button to use as a filter. And if I click that, what that's going to allow me to do is use the visual itself as a filter. Same thing that I've got here in the top right. This little drop down is a filter, so I can filter on the year, but now I can also filter on this region. So if I click this bar chart and I click central, now it's filtering the rest of the visuals on that chart. And if I also enabled it on this one, the donut chart. So say I only want to see standard class shipping for the central region, Now everything is showing on this dashboard right now. Everything is central.